squirrel killer here, so let's keep going. Little bit of that, bit of that. Cobble, gravel. Where's gravel? That's a big deal for me. I need a world anchor. Some. I do. I have some. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And I also need materials. That can go there. This can go here. That can go there, and that. Misc Organics. Bees. More bees. More organics. More of that. Okay. Boom. Boom. And I know for a fact that won't be enough. I constantly craft. I go through this thing where I craft a million chests because I need chests for random things. Then I don't need chests, or I clean up all the random chests that are scattered around. Like, here's a chest. Here's a chest. Every now and then I'll just clean up a bunch of chests and I'll... Yeah, it's just weird quirk of mine, and it comes out even worse in this world because I'm trying to be entertaining most of the time when I'm playing. Here we go. Okay, so let me think. Perfect. Do that. Weird thing about progressing through BuildCraft is the biggest difference between your tools at the beginning and the end is actually your crowbar. Also, pro tip, when you see a YouTuber randomly Okay, link started. Link started, link created. Link started, link created. That, my friends, is how you do it. And then we do that, and that gives me 12 hours on that ender pearl, on that card. I don't really need 12 hours in there. On a server, I typically give people, I think it's 8 hours per pearl is usually my rule. I tend to nerf those when I'm going to make people pay for chunk loading. It depends on how big the server is and how much I trust people to be online. I personally really like how this works because you can tell chunks to unload if they have not been on in too long, which is the exact thing that I want. Now, a lot of people just build tunnel bores. One group I see do this all the time actually is the Outcast, and then just leave them to spill stuff all over the ground. What you can do is you can fill up your tunnel bore at the front here, as I've done, and this will get them up the bore a fair distance. And you just stick a chest cart in the back. So, and you don't even have to babysit so it stays loaded. One chest cart is typically more than enough. You just check on it every now and then. If you really want to, if you are just building a tunnel and you do not want the bore to leave the track as well, in this case I am, because I'm considering building a I'm going to go out this way. I'm probably going to clear more space here, and I'm going to build a locomotive system that will just travel on out. Speaking of which, I'm not seeing like the outside there. But I'll build a locomotive that will carry me out that way. Just for my personal use. I do want to do something, however. I want to do this. And this is one of the few places things can get in through my walls. I think that's actually currently the only place where they can. So that means I need 2 fence. Mechanical, and a gated track. And you should be familiar with this trick. I've used it once or twice this playthrough already. But gated track, best thing in the world for just when there is a place that you do not want things getting through, you use a gated track. For some reason it doesn't want to connect here, which is fine. The alternative is, of course, we just build a wall. And you'll see this will collect basically everything. Not seeing any ores though. But I'm pretty sure this can gather ores. If not, it doesn't matter. I guess that's a better judge for how much has been used, isn't it? If I had Steve's cards, which I don't, and I'm not going to be adding it, I would send down a what's it called, a light up track torch placer, just something to go whoop. Here's some torches. Sometimes I use Steve cards as a means of getting up and down tracks like that too, but not this time. Here we go. Did I read that? Yeah. Okay. So, tunnel to newer chunks, not finished yet. But it should be eventually. I'll just occasionally go down. Not like I actually need torches ever. Uh, Now then, the bee stuff you have seen. Create owls. I got the bat, I got the spiders, and I got the wolf. And I believe I also need a chest and some shears. Ugh. My ridiculous amount of that I grow. You know, I'm kind of disappointed there's not more flowers over here yet. Then I remember to type what I've done with my bees so they won't do that. Grasper requires grass. Which, by the way, we're creating a grasper. It also needs a block for me to place against. I like to use dirt as my place against block. There's a cup. I need to see if there's a good way to get scaffold in this. That's something that could actually be of use in this pack. The scaffold option. I can think of one mod that would do that, but I'm really hesitant to use it unless I disable a whole bunch of things in it. Okay, so before we begin, no, I have not just gone out and memorized the entirety of all these. I just remember what grasper is because I was looking it up earlier. And this was the only one I actually read. This is how we make graspers. I love graspers. Now the other thing I need is found in here. Critter snares are created by over water, getting a zombie charged into must be by older saplings. Okay. So this witchery loves the spiderweb stuff, and I tend to be willing to indulge it with its web. Older sapling, older sapling. Older. I don't want to have to do this, but I have to. I always hate having to chop down any of my trees. Especially the older because they do this. This also means there's now an ant somewhere. Oh, there's several ants. There's lots of ants. Come get me. Come get me, bro. Come on, come PvP. 1v1 me. This is why I don't like ants. On the bright side, I do need to go around, do a couple rituals just to grow an unnecessary amount of saplings. How I hate that particular ritual. Okay. I didn't even get what I needed for it. Let me check here. What else do I need? Yeah, grass birds, critter snares. Critter snares are one of the easier ones to get away with, in my opinion. I don't think you even need to. Can't remember if you need to replace critter snares or not. Not hard for me to do so. If I have to, I don't want to. I really hate when you have to go through things that have me redo certain steps way too many times just to play me. Honest. There we go. Just gotta right click on the spider web. A lot of people don't realize that. It's all you need to do. A lot of people try to right click on the zombie, but no, it's the spider web. You right click on the spider web. Saying this now so that everyone understands that one once and for all. Zombie bat. Okay, bats. There's a reason there's a door on this room. There's a reason this is in this room in general. This one's got a fun hat and I want it. Okay. You can pick these up, by the way, and move them quite easily. These bats were created, by the way, by a method that I have for just creating spawn eggs. Spirit of Bat, created by amalgamation of, well, creeper, which are created by essence of. Basically, you kill 16 bats and you can make one, and you just spawn in bats until you have enough. The best part is critter snare, bat. Now that that's not what I needed. So I should check on the time. We're at 9, just about. What I want here is I want an owl. By mutating wolf or dog with a bat. Catch 2 to 4 bats using critter snare. Place owl. Finally use a mutating sprigged owl. It's probably best to do this in an enclosed space so it just fly off before they can be tamed. Now, there is something I want to look up with bats. Or no, with bats, with owls. There's a taming mechanic here, and I forgot to check what it is. Now they drop some things I need, so I'm going to be murdering these things by the thousands at some point. Owls may be tamed by giving them raw meat, basically. Steak or pork chop, and I have plenty of both. For some reason, I don't really seem to be using much meat in my diet. This red one's for meat. Say hello to raw steaks and pork chops. We got plenty. String is easily replaced for me at this point. I basically just grow it twofold. Okay. I don't mind replacing these. There we go. I didn't read what else this needed. Guide. Ow. Surrounded by webs, place grass for plants in the diagonal corners of the web. Place a charged tombstone. Is this going to be another multi-episode thing? I think it is. I wonder how hard it would be to create my own muffler mod. Probably easier than I think it is at first. Isn't it? Okay. So charge the tombstone. Rate of binding, charging, a tombstone. Okay, this is an easy ritual. One simply needs a tombstone, glowstone, redstone, wood, ash, and quick. Oh, wood ash. I have a bunch of wood ash, don't I? No? 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 Where did all my wood ash go? Did I run out of wood ash? Totally possible. I've been using a lot of wood ash. Here, wood ash. No? Amusing thing is, I actually just threw out a bunch of wood ash not too long ago. I hear some wood ash. There we go, wood ash. And quicklime. Don't need these. Don't need these. Don't need this. Don't need that. Yeah, I think the best option for these is just 40 in each. There we go. Now then, what else was in here? Redstone, glowstone. I think we got enough time to do this episode. That's redstone, glowstone, quicklime. Yeah, I got those. So a tombstone. I'm really hoping I saved in the tombstone. Please don't want to save me a tombstone. It did. That's how you handle in a tombstone. And it's such a small ritual. I knew it. Okay. Such a minor ritual to perform too. Okay. It's the Mutantis Extremis that might prove a challenge. He says, knowing it won't. I have a few problems with witchery. I am quite happy to explain what they are. First of all, it has some really cool crafting mechanics. But then it has a lot of bits like this, which just have me running back and forth doing little things like this I don't want to. Crafting Mutantis Extremis is just tedious. If you look here, this will go woo. Okay, and then one last bit. Which, by the way, this is not that hard to actually automate. I could automate it if I wanted to. But it's just a tedious thing, and yeah, it's not too terrible to automate. I just never want to automate it if I don't have to. There's Witchery's a mod that encourages a lot of just do it manually, in my opinion. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Okay. Here we go. These are my owls. They are my friends. They are my owl friends. And these are their babies. Ha ha ha. Multiply my feathery minions. Multiply. Multiply. Okay, so I'm actually quite excited because this means we'll tell them all that they're allowed to walk again. They should teleport to catch up with me. My base is actually quite safe for them, isn't it? Come on down. Yes, most people don't realize it, but owls are amazing, and you can do some awesome things with them too. You can give them waystones. One of the things I've actually done with owls is I think it's blooded waystones. I've done this a bit. Let me check that. I still have the witchery page yet. Yeah, if you have a blooded waystone, what you can do is you can connect it to a friend. You can use owls as a delivery system like they do in Harry Potter. This mod has a lot of Harry Potter influence, by the way. Not a lot. It's more original than a lot of mods that take influences from Harry Potter. But you can use owls as your delivery system. So what you could do is say you have a friend that lives really far away. You can give an owl an item, and you can send it to them. Like if your friend isn't, you say you have a friend who's in a pinch, he's lost out in the woods and he can't get home. What you can do is you can send a some otherware chalk and uh, otherware chalk and a waystone bound for your home. And what they can do is they can perform a transposition ritual to get themselves home, among other things. So you can also set them to use splash potions on people. So if you have a voided waystone, I don't know if you need it if they work with tag locks. Yeah, if you send them tag locks, they will. They can't use tag locks, sadly. So we've created owls. We still are not to new chunks yet. This tunnel to newer chunks, rather. Technically, we should be in newer chunks by now, but you know what I mean. Find familiar, which will be next episode. So let's do a quick episode toggle. Thank you all for watching.